Hello and welcome to Irish Eyes on Wrestling, Week 6, Part 3. I'm Sherlock, at Sherlock on Twitter.
And I'm Georgie Masterson.
Today we'll be talking about our favourite impactful debuts in wrestling. And what's yours? What did you start off with?
Mine, I think, well, one of them would probably be Taz. I don't know why. I think it's because it come up so much as the number 13 and everyone was like, what is that? I just thought it was great. Also, I think because, I don't know if anybody else remembers, but they used to show Royal Rumble and that. They used to show a lot of the pay-per-views on Channel 4.
Yeah.
A long time
ago.
Over here in Ireland. It's just an ordinary, you don't have to pay for it, it's great. Yeah. It was on at 12 o'clock at night. Now, the one reason why I probably remember this is because I stayed up to record it.
Yeah.
Went to bed, got back up, pulled a sickie, told my mum, I was like, sorry mum if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. But I just thought, oh no, I'm feeling really sick, and then I watched it for the whole day. And I just remember Taz coming in, I thought it was pretty scary, with the towel over his head, didn't know what was happening, and then he bet Kurt Angle, and I thought it was amazing.
Kurt Angle's
streak was gone, just great.
Yeah,
that was one of mine.
Taz was great, he did come in, made a big impact, and kind of fizzled out then. He
just fizzled out, great wrestler.
Ended up having a rivalry with the King and went on to commentary then.
Yes,
then
which is great, I think he's great.
Now he's in TNA.
Yes, well.
On commentary.
Happens.
My favourite, now it's quite recent, but Nexus. I loved Nexus coming in. Wade Barrett, he's come up quite a few times this week. But he came in with the band of the first Nexus. And quite a few of them actually still in WWE. There was Heath Slater, there was David Otunga, Justin Gabriel.
They did actually,
Young.
It's quite good. They did make a proper impact actually.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys are still there. Daniel Bryan actually.
Daniel Bryan, actually.
Yeah.
Well done. I like it.
Now there's a few that's not there anymore. McGillicuddy, he should be wrestling, but he's not.
Yeah.
And I think there might have been one more. I know Ryback ended up in Nexus at one stage.
Did he?
Yeah, he was Skip Sheffield.
Oh my God! Okay, yes. Sorry, yes.
Yeah. He started off there, but there wasn't, and there was, I can't think of his name, big guy, kind of very chubby, can't remember his name at the moment, but he ended up there as well. But Nexus,
a lot of good talent actually came out there. Yeah.
Their first debut, they just came in at the main event of Raw. I can't remember, probably John Cena in the main event. And
surprise.
Yeah, just beat up the two guys that was in the ring, ripped the ring apart.
Yes, I think that was amazing. Ripped everything apart. Yeah.
Took the ring aprons off the ropes, beat up, I think it was Tony Chimmel or somebody, and just destroyed everybody at ringside, and tables, everything was just destroyed. They made such an impact. Again, another thing that fizzled out towards the end.
True. Yeah.
CM Punk ended up taking over Nexus. And Wade Barrett took over the core, and it ended up awful.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Made it into one of the worst Royal Rumbles in history, when it was Nexus versus the core basically in the Royal Rumble, and John Cena ended up eliminating basically everyone from the team.
Yeah, that's John Cena.
Yeah. What other people have said? Now, most people have said Chris Jericho, and I have to say, yes.
Great, yes, it was great. Yes, yes.
Big fan of Jericho, I have to say. Tattoo on my back is Chris Jericho. Love Chris Jericho. He has to be my favourite of all time, and his debut coming in. Against The Rock.
Yeah.
No, we didn't fight The Rock.
The whole 2000 thing, the Millennium coming, and then here comes
the Millennium Man, Chris Jericho. With ponytail and all.
Yeah. Remember my hair? He had hair.
He had hair. Long, those glorious locks.
Yeah. We like him.
Back when Jericho was Jericho, and real Chris Jericho. Although his last run wasn't great, but the one before was awesome.
Yeah, I think when he comes back, I think he'll make a proper.
It'll be a couple of years before he comes back.
He is touring at the moment.
Was he?
I did see him last week. But very good.
But he had a tattoo now as well, Jericho.
He does have a tattoo. He has a tattoo. He has a big one here as well. Yeah. So we're impressed.
Yeah. Although I have to say, back when Jericho was Jericho, when he had the full leggings,
full leggings,
instead of conforming and going into the jock shop.
And then it looked, anytime he had the belt around his waist, it looked like he was in his mood.
Yes,
so.
I'm sure you were quite happy.
I was very happy in person myself. Yes, very happy.
It didn't do anything for me personally,
no.
but I'd say you
I enjoyed it.
Say you enjoyed quite a bit.
Yeah,
But Jericho, again, his thing against The Rock. Now, granted, towards the end of that promo, it looked like he was about to cry, which was a bit shameful. And he said it himself. He didn't mean. I
mean, to be honest, like
he was meant to look angry, but he kind of ended up nearly crying.
Yeah. Oh, The Rock, but he's a man for the mic.
Yeah.
The Rock, unbelievable.
True, he destroyed Jericho there, but yes. Jericho to come in and interrupt The Rock.
Yes.
And he got.
That's a big statement.
Yeah. And he started off with how many catchphrases?
List as long as my arm.
Yeah. I mean, he came in with a list of catchphrases, and that's just brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, there's another couple of people that said Jericho for their favourite was. Since you were asking, my favourite debut of a WWE superstar is Chris Jericho when he interrupted The Rock. That was Imran Khan at I Love Otunga. Quite strange.
Yeah.
That's be Chris Jericho. Yes. That's be Chris Jericho's debut. That guy rocks. Hope to see him wrestle again. That was Look is for Losers at Peep Kurt Angle.
We also have one here as well.
Not at Peep Kurt Face, which I said last week. I apologise. I couldn't read the screen, and I called you at Peep Kurt Face. I now know it's at Peep Kurt Angle. I apologise.
We also had one then as well, and it was for the Undertaker's debut.
Yes.
Which is my favourite wrestler. It said most impact, easy Undertaker, his debut set for over a decade of destruction, and that was Wing Armstrong at Wing Armstrong.
It was great.
Yeah,
another came in a Survivor Series.
And he was under Ted DiBiase.
Under Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase wanted to get a team together and brought in the Undertaker. And just the looks I just thought the looks on the crowd's faces, I thought was amazing.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, just that entrance, absolutely brilliant. And then
and what he done since? I mean, so much.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Now he's a guy who can be on top that doesn't need a title. Take notes, Cena.
Yeah.
And Orton. He doesn't need the title.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Yeah.
And Triple H, sorry.
It's just his presence. Really, Triple H?
He had the title too much.
No.
He did.
I didn't really.
Come on.
No, he didn't really. But anyway, so after
I'm sorry. You're a big Triple H fan.
I'm a Triple H fan. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But I mean, for him to get so close to Ric Flair's record, he did. He got very close.
He did.
13, I think he's at, wasn't it? 13, 14.
14 maybe?
Yeah, and like, but a couple of them were a couple hour reigns, you know, and he was handed the title a couple of times as well.
But he's, you know.
It's Triple H.
Triple H, come on.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, I love Triple H. Just I thought he had the title for too long.
Yeah, suppose,
and he was in the title picture always.
He was,
you know? I don't like when they're always in it, break it down, you lose your title shot.
But it's like Cena though.
You go back down at the bottom.
But it's like Cena, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I think should happen. You lose your title shot. You go back to the bottom of the area.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, is there? Sometimes I think
it's how you build.
How many like superstars are actually there? You know, championship.
Well, yeah, it's not like the Attitude Era when you could throw anyone in it.
Yeah, but, exactly. There's only like certain champions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's where you can bring people up. You can make new superstars.
Yeah, but we'd like to see that. So Vince. Never watched this. Listen.
Another couple of people who said Chris Jericho. Just I got a Y2J from WWE fan at KHJW John. Okay.
Yeah.
And the other Chris Jericho was, I'm going to go with Jericho's WWF debut in 1999 and Taker's 1990 Survivor Series debut being a close second.
Yes.
And that was Trey Cox at Trey Cox 57.
And also somebody says then Brock Lesnar. How could we forget
Brock.
it? Yes.
Lesnar.
Brock. Oh yeah. and that was Brock Lesnar by Sugar Shetty at Sugar Feed.
FedEx.
FedEx?
Yeah.
Oh, it's FedEx. Sorry.
FedEx.
There we go. FedEx. Very good. Yeah, Brock Lesnar coming into it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Paul Heyman again.
He went for
what a man.
Yeah, Paul Heyman.
Bringing the big guys in.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
I want that T-shirt.
You should get
it. I want that T-shirt.
Yeah.
There was another couple of people. The one I didn't get, and I don't necessarily agree with as being impactful, has to be. Someone said it would be CM Punk hands down. He makes people watch him. #pipe bomb. That was heel Andy at space Ace 90. I don't know. His debut wasn't impactful.
I don't really remember his debut. That's terrible.
Debuted on ECW about 6 years ago. I can't remember if it was during or right before it started. Remember it was the old age ECW guys against the new age.
Yeah.
He was part of. He started off in the new age and ended up joining the old age, the legends of ECW, and yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that as well. He didn't make it. He's been impactful since. Well, since his pipe bomb.
Yeah.
But he didn't impact at the start.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
don't even remember it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I just don't. I don't agree with that one.
But you know, sometimes different impacts affect different people. So I mean, if you're saying.
Well, I'm the only one that has said Nexus.
Yeah, you were actually.
So, yeah.
Actually, you know what? The Big Show. The Big Show. Do you remember his debut?
His was great.
He literally came up
through the ring.
Yeah, he came up through the ring.
And I just remember.
Yeah, so close.
Yeah, remember. I think it was King or JR just basically having an orgasm on the microphone on the commentary station. That, it's Paul White! It's Paul White! Paul White has heard the giant!
Oh. Yeah, no, I just think I thought it was amazing. Came right up through the ring. And it turned out then he ended up letting Steve Austin win because he threw him through the door.
It was a very impactful
debut.
But you know, as Big Show has been, he's had so many characters over the.
That's true.
Over
he really
his
has.
career. No, his best one is the one he's on now.
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like him being a champion either.
I'm glad.
I don't get the knockout punch. I don't think there's anything to it.
Fair
it's not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Please share. Would you agree that you know it should actually be?
Use the hashtag IEOW.
Yeah.
Or contact me on @Sherlock on Twitter.
Yeah. Do you think the Big Show actually deserves to be a champion with that stupid knockout?
Well,
it's not a stupid knockout because he is a big, huge man, and if he did punch you, he would be knocked out.
He did leave WWE a couple of years ago to do boxing, to get a boxing career.
Yeah.
But nobody would take his fights because you know
he's a 500-pound man.
Yeah. You don't really want to be fighting. You don't want to be fighting that guy at all.
No.
But the last one we have here, we got a hashtag IEOW. And it was my favourite, most impactful debut was Kane at Bad Blood. It was astonishing to see him stand face to face with Taker. That was Jack Package at Big Package 12.
Okay. Yeah, like that was amazing. I think everybody. I don't know if everybody remembers that, but I think it's absolutely crazy. I think the lead up to it was amazing. Yeah. Obviously because I'd be a big, huge Undertaker fan.
Taker, Shawn Michaels.
And I just thought the lead up was huge because it was Paul Bearer saying your brother's alive and all this and giving it a big spiel. But I thought it was amazing. Like just when he literally came into the ring, it's actually one that I really, really remember a lot. Anytime anybody says anything about wrestling, we're talking about Kane or anything, it just pops into my head. I think it was brilliant.
It was great.
Came in toe to toe, and because the Undertaker was so tall, and then he's there toe to toe, nose to nose. I just thought it was brilliant.
What I love is it's now come back. All the younger generation now will know that because in the new WWE 13 game, you play through the Attitude Era as your story mode, and that's one of the stories.
Oh, that's great.
Kane's debuted and all that, so everyone knows.
So everybody will know.
Everyone that didn't know it knows it now after playing the game.
And everybody should know it.
Yeah, it's great. Amazing.
Really, really good.
Kane really, and he's still there.
Yes, after many years. Oh my God, lots.
1997.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, but yeah,
God, that
was
makes
great.
you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's awful.
1997, Kane debut.
Holy moly.
Well, but he's still there. He's the only one there.
Still there. Yeah, he's still there.
You know, him and Big Show are the only guys from the Attitude Era still in WWE.
Still kicking ass.
And both are champions actually.
Both, yeah, and both are really both are recognised.
Yeah.
You know.
They're not jobbers.
No.
I mean they're not old guys that's just there to be putting people over.
Yeah.
Well, they have. Don't get me wrong. They put people over every week.
But they're not. They're not there just kind of for the show aspect.
Yeah,
they're there. They're wrestling. They're doing their thing.
And they do all the live shows as well. I mean.
And the younger kids are into them as well.
Yeah. I mean, Kane and Big Show, fair play. I mean, nearly edging on 15 years, or over 15 years at their book
and
here.
it's like it's hard to keep an audience for that long.
Yeah.
And they still have people.
Especially with
watching their
Kane,
storylines every
especially
week.
Kane with the gimmick.
Kane, yeah,
With the
yeah, the gimmick,
you know?
yeah, exactly. I think it was great when he put back on the mask. I think that
Yeah,
was
well, it
great,
rejuvenated
great
it
thing to do.
because it was
Yeah.
everyone was sick of him.
Grew his hair
you know.
back.
You can see it's a wig.
Well, you know, he grew his hair
He's
back.
growing it. It's growing. You can see underneath the wig that it's growing.
But I think it looks great.
Yeah, I know. It's
You know,
great to see him
it
back
is,
in the mask.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
it really is, and not so. It's grand that he doesn't have the flames anymore because you know he doesn't have flames on his costume.
Oh right,
anymore.
yeah, that's what I meant when he comes out. But yeah.
No, he still has the pyro.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the flames on his costume anymore. But
That was a huge impact, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool.
And he went on for years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not much success in titles, main titles.
True, but I mean,
He's
just
won them
very
all.
Kane. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think he just wants to be there.
He doesn't need it. He's a gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
He's a gimmick wrestler.
Yeah.
Him and Taker, the two longest running gimmick wrestlers in history.
And it's great. They're brothers.
Well, they're brothers.
They're brothers, right? They're brothers.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My dream. My childhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
right in the childhood.
Yeah, for God's sake. But yeah, no, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who said that? A lot of people actually said that.
I think out of the 20 or so people we've gotten, there was about 11 Chris Jerichos, and there was 5 or 6 Kanes.
Yeah. Yeah. But they are, yeah, I suppose.
They were very impactful.
Number 2, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay. Well, anyone that has any others and you want to contact us, use the hashtag IEOW or contact me at Carl Sherlock, or you can contact Chris, who will be on the show next week, at Chris Sherlock93 on Twitter. That's the end of the show this week. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Georgina Masterson.
And we'll be seeing you quite soon.
Yes, you will. Yes.
Yes, in a couple of weeks.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yes.
Slán.
Right.